Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave and you're watching Gaming with Dave. In the last video about flipping, we talked about the theory of flipping and how to actually go about price checking items, but we didn't really talk about how to actually find items that could theoretically be profitable while flipping. So we're going to cover that today. Stay tuned. Let's roll the intro. Alrighty, so visually this video might be a little bit off because we're basically just going to be hanging around Priff here at the Grand Exchange. Now, you don't have to do it in Priff. You can do it at any Grand Exchange you have access to. So here's the thing, right? We've already described how to price check. And if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend go checking out that video to really learn the theory of flipping and how pricing works and how to figure out if there's a potential opportunity for a flip. But how do I actually come up with my flip ideas? Well, I'll tell you. We're going to go and pull up the wiki, and you'll be able to see some good ideas. So we're just going to pull that up really quick and go from there. Okay, so we have our wiki up, and so let's really talk about items that people want to offload really quickly, meaning they're going to hit that minus 5% a whole bunch of times when they're selling the items, and then items where when people need them, they're more inclined to hit the plus 5%, okay? Now, what I have found is that there's two main categories for this. One is items that are required for skilling. You think, leveling up things, getting to 99, prayer bones, you name it, right? And I don't know if any of these are good. I'm doing this off the cuff. I haven't done any pseudo research. I'm going to go through this. We're going to try to find some items that we can flip and theoretically do a couple flips live right here while we test this out. Skilling, training, these items are typically going to be good. And then secondly is going to be boss drops. And typically the items that are going to be better are the common items on the boss drops. You know, the items where when people get them, they're like, oh, that's not a good drop, right? So first and foremost, let us go through and think about items that might indeed be good flips. Now, the reason why I'm pulling up the wiki is not so much for the supply, the training flips. That's fairly easy. Think of logs in relation to fire making and fletching. You think of ores in relation to somebody doing smithing, and of course the mining side of it. All of these types of things. But what I want to really put up here is the bossing items, okay? So what are some of the most really popular bosses? So we've got, Telos, Araxor, Nex. We've got people that drop ascension keys that you need them to go fight. All of this type of stuff, right? So let's just pull up one box and let's pull up Nex, okay? We'll pull this up here really quick. So next we go down to drops. The average drop is 1.4 mil, which is super cool. So if you can do Nex, that's sweet. Okay, so let's look at this. Alrighty, so some first ones. Sardonian Bruise. Now this is really interesting. When you click into Sardonian Bruise, they increase life points and defense. So this means that not only are these going to be used when creating other potions for PVMing, so they're going to be in high demand for people that really want them, but for people that don't need them, they're just getting them as a common drop here. Magic logs, super restores, stone spirits. This might be an interesting one. People need stone spirits when they need them, but when you don't need them, they're absolutely useless, right? Dragon hide. Gems are another big one, right? Onyx bolts. I mean, the list goes on and on here, at least, right? And you'll see that there's also some herbs. Herbs are usually fairly good ones. So I have a hunch that Sardonian Brews are going to be good ones here. So let's just switch back over to RuneScape. OBS is cool, lets me do this. And let's type in Sardonian Brews 4 because that's what we saw over here. So we're going to look at this Sardonian Brew here 4 just to see what's up. Okay, so let's head back over. Sardonian Brew 4 is the one that it dropped. Now remember, check the price flipping guide here, but essentially +1. You want to hit and mash the 20% button just to see what it sells for. We're getting it for 18,958. You don't need to remember this because in the sales history it's going to be there. Then what you do is you offload it for less, so 1,800. So interesting fact here. Okay, so we've got a difference here of 956 GP each. This would be a really, really, really good flip. So let's just try this here. So 18,003. So there we go. Okay, so now we are 1 GP higher than what the buy price would be. Remember, check the flipping guide if this doesn't make sense. We can go ahead and buy the limit, which is now going to be 999. Buy, and we'll go about it that way. So that's going to be one flip that we know, at least in theory, that we can go ahead and get about a 900 GP profit per purchase. So let's look this up here. I'm just pulling up a calculator. 999 times 900. Let's say just 900 GP. This is a 900K profit flip that you can do with only 18 mil in the bank. 250 have already bought. We're literally speaking right now. So now we go to sell these. We go here. So 18,958. So I'm just going to go 18,950 just to go. We're going to sell them. And we're going to wait and see. Now, while we are waiting for that, let us go ahead and go back to our scene here and see what other ones we can get. Okay, so let's look at, I don't know, let's look for, maybe Grimy Aventos. I don't know. We can try it. Grimy Aventos. Okay, so we're back here. So quantity of 1. So buy it 1157. Let's check the price. So this doesn't look like a lot. There's only 50 GP profit. However, remember, you are able to do these in quantities. Okay, and what I mean by that is you can do this to make fairly decent, good money. So let's go and buy these for 1102. Buy the limit, right? So we can buy 10,000. Well, basically 9,999. So 9,999 times roughly a 50 GP profit. That's 500K of profit right there that we stand to make from this flip. We've already have 11 sold. So you're going to buy them slowly. You're going to sell them slowly. But over time, these flips are going to make more and more and more money. So just these 2 flips alone, that's 1.5 mil that you've identified purely from these flips here, right? Anyway, I hope that helps you. And I hope this live demonstration of this really makes sense. And I've shown you next. I've shown you one boss here. But you can do this for any boss that's a popular boss. Go ahead. Look at Telos. Look at next, look at Krill. Look at any boss that a lot of people are going to do to make good money for, but check the common drops. You're going to find that there's going to be big discrepancies in what people are willing to sell it for versus the people that need the items that are going to buy it for. So everyone, thanks very much for watching. Cue the outro.